Bonjour à toutes, bonjour à tous, bienvenue sur My 3x3 Experience, la première chaîne YouTube qui ne parle que du basket 3-3. Alors aujourd'hui, je suis avec Piet Van Hasselt, sélectionneur de l'équipe de Nouvelle Zélande. Hello Piet.
Hello.
Donc c'est la troisième partie avec Piet qui va nous présenter un petit peu aujourd'hui comment le 3-3 fonctionne et quels sont un petit peu ses rôles et ses missions au sein de la fédération de Nouvelle-Zélande de basket. Piet, first question. Which team have you coached in 3x3 basketball?
Oh, cool. Yeah. So the University of Canterbury team,
Yes.
which is where I work, and so coaching that in university tournaments. Also, that team entered the 3x3.exe Premier competition in Japan.
Okay.
So we had a league, and then we finished there. I've coached the New Zealand under-23 team last year at the World Cup in Lanzhou, China.
Yes.
And we got 11th there, and also the national team 3x3. So that just started this year, and coaching them until 2022, contracted at this stage.
Okay. In your university, how old are the players?
How old are the players?
Yes.
Yeah, so they're about 18 to about 25-ish. Yeah.
Okay. What are your roles and the mission in the head coach New Zealand 3x3 basketball?
Cool. So yeah, so my roles basically running the program, trying to set up the culture, which I think is really important. So working alongside Basketball New Zealand and their high performance staff, and creating visions, values, behaviors that we would like to see from our players.
Yes.
As a coach, I think it's very important to have an athlete-centered process. So understanding the athlete not only as the person on the court, but also off the court.
Okay.
So yeah, so trying to develop them as a person and trying to help, empowering the players so that they are learning, and then they take ownership of what's happening, which I think is very important in 3x3. And my final role would be to improve basketball IQ by practicing some sort of decision-making drills along the way.
Okay. How many coach are there with you in the staff?
Oh, this is a very good question. So in New Zealand, unfortunately, we don't have any other staff for our teams, but we work with the other national team coaches. So this is when we're at a tournament. When we're not at a tournament, though, we are talking all the time, and it's just a budgetary thing at the moment. But I'm hoping that in the future we can get assistant coaches and all of that. So
okay. As a coach, what are the difference between 5-5 and 3x3?
Sure. Well, while it's called basketball, I would say it would be it's very different. You still dribble, you still shoot, you still pass, but the speed it's done, the intensity that it's played at is just a whole nother level. We all know that FIBA call this the 10-minute sprint, and it's very true. So it's like a pressure cooker of all of your talent, all of your skill being put to test in every position. So you don't have any time to warm up, warm into the game. So the first possession, you've got to be switched on, which I think is very important for a player to learn. Obviously, the value of the 2-point shot versus it's worth twice as much as an inside shot. So that's a big difference compared to the 2 and the 3-pointer and 5-on-5. Everyone's important. There's no hiding out there. You need to have all 4 people locked in.
Yes.
And specific 3x3 strength and conditioning training, which I think is probably the next point that our sport can make You know, we need to be doing that sort of testing and working out what's best for us. And yeah, just having smart players that can really pick up on all those differences straight away.
Okay. And during the training, when you train a 3x3 team, what's the difference in the 5x5 and the 3x3 basketball?
Yeah, so you can basically, you want to set up your trainings like they are the games. So you want to have very high intensity, 90 seconds, and then a short break after that. So it could be for 30 to 60 seconds, because that's what is happening out there on the court with 3x3. And obviously the drills are going to be different. They're going to be more based around what you're going to do in the game. So versus the 5-on-5. Okay.
For you, what are the skills to be a great 3x3 basketball player? What's the skill?
The skills? Yeah. Okay. So definitely being able to embrace contact when you're on offense, and then on defense, definitely being able to create some sort of contact. I think that physicality is very important. Yes. I think being able to think quickly, being able to adapt to what's happening in the game. You can have one timeout, but if you use that more tactically rather than to actually change things that are happening very fast. So players all being together and understanding what the big picture of the game is. Obviously, being able to shoot the ball is important. Yes. You know, the value of the 2-point shot, and being able to guard anybody, being able to just basically think very quickly, and being able to handle the increased fitness that's going to be required for the game. Okay.
How you select the player who played in a New Zealand team?
How do we select them? So, yeah, like what we can do is we can look at their performance in 3x3 leagues.
Yes.
There isn't a lot of those, but we do look at that. We consider their performances in other national leagues. Some of them are playing in the Australian National Basketball League. We definitely look at what characteristics we'd like in that player. How they're going to fit into the team culture is important.
Yes.
Yeah. And probably like hundreds of other things, but those are the main things.
Yes. Okay, thank you, Piet, for the third part of this interview. Merci à vous de nous avoir suivis. La semaine prochaine, on sera sur la dernière partie de vidéo avec le petit quiz avec Piet. N'oubliez pas de liker, de vous abonner et de partager. Et je vous dis à la semaine prochaine. Thank you, Piet. See you.